Good morning, Tucson. Welcome to the Fresh Start Show. 420, April 20th. You know what day that is. This is the third Saturday of the month, and on third Saturday of the month, we invite our friend Treon Coleman from A Better Community. Come on now. And he comes and he tells us about what they're doing, how they have grown and increased and been able to bless the community with all of the events that he's able to do and all of the connections that he's able to join together with and get to join together with others. But let's start out by sending a shout out to the Bureau of Prisons out there on Wilmont and the ADCRR out there on Wilmont, the Release Center out on Star Pass. And we had an event there a few weeks back where we were able to offer resources and free haircuts and stuff like that to everybody that was in the facility and those that are in Pima County that are facing community supervision. And we brought resources and jobs and every opportunity for people to move forward. So we love being able to do that with Fresh Start, but we also love being able to join with our friends around the city so that we can collaborate and we can make a difference together. A friend of mine told me a long time ago, he said, listen, we've been doing it for 30 years and it hasn't changed a bit. He said, because we were doing it in our silos all alone and we keep doing it. And until we lock arms and we start to do it like Jesus did it, where we can sit people down in little communities where they can share with each other and find out that they're not so different from the person sitting across the table, then that changes things, bro. And without further ado, I'm going to take the opportunity to introduce our friend, and I'll jump back in there at some point and talk to you guys. As always, I want to shout out to Sports Clips for coming out and helping us, and DKA with the clothes, because they are changing images and they are changing how people feel about their appearance, which makes them feel better inside. And we see the transformation every time we do an event and Sports Clips comes out and they give a guy a haircut or a young lady a haircut. Then they go over to DKA and they get some clothes and they come out of there, bro, and it's a different person than walk through the door. Because the shoulders start to go back and the chin starts to go up and they start to feel better because they look better. And the people, Sports Clips, they are pouring into them, man. These young ladies are just wonderful, man. And DKA, that they're just what an organization, the Dottie Craig Agency out there. So I wanted to give a shout out to them. But let me introduce our friend Treon Coleman, A Better Community, and come on in, bro, and tell us what's going on.
Hey, good morning, Tucson. As always, let's give it up for Tom Cortese for being an awesome host, co-host, the man with the plan. And let's always give it up for Dr. Damon T. Hope, the founder, the brainchild of Fresh Start, where everyone deserves a new beginning. Dr. Hope, we love you and we appreciate all that you do. As always, you know how we start off the third Saturday of the month. Any day that ends in Y is a great day. So on Monday, it's a great day. Tuesday and Wednesday is a great day. Thursday and Friday is a great day. Saturday this morning is a great day. And on Sunday is a great day. We greet you in love on behalf of myself and my beautiful wife, Carmen Coleman. It's time to talk about a better community. I got that from Dr. Damon T. Hope. Love you, sir. So, hey, family, hey, as you know, last May 2023, we started a 3-month pilot. I tell this story because sometimes you need a story to wake you up early in the morning. Back in May, Tom Cortese, my wife and I started this pilot called Connections That Count. It was something in our hearts. We just had to get it from our hearts to our hands to the people. And with $750, I'm going to say it again, with $750 and a prayer, we started Connections That Count. So we did that in May. 30 people came out. We ran it back in June. 1 month later, 60 people came out. And then for the last month of that pilot in July, 109 people came out. We were like, wow. So we thought we were done, Tom Cortese. And then the people said, keep it going. They said, keep it going. It takes money. Then the community rallied around our concept. People started donating their time, energy, and effort. So we went from August all the way to the end of the year to complete Connections That Count. And then And then someone by the name of a great organization called Arizona Coalition for Change, they said, hey, Treon and Carmashon, we're going to make sure that we pay your rent every month. So Arizona Coalition for Change, thank you so much for being the official underwriter for Connections That Count. So I say all that to say this. On May the 1st, that's in 11 days, I'm going to say it again, on May the 1st, 2024, we, the Community ABC Connections That Count, we're celebrating our 1 year of impact reception. I'm going to say it again. On May the 1st, we're going to celebrate our 1 year of impact reception.
That's
we
so
have
cool.
become what's called a pilot. We went from a pilot to a movement. Now we're on our way to becoming a community-based organization. So shout out to everybody.
Amen. Yeah.
For helping us arrive at a better, more connected community. And our event sponsor for this milestone reception is Groundswell Capital. And so we appreciate all of the great people down at Groundswell Capital for actually coming together to sponsor our event. And again, the event will take place from 6 to 7:30 downtown Tucson. Now watch this, Tom Cortese. A lot of people say, when I go to a reception, I know I got to have some money in my pocket. I have great news for everyone. This Saturday morning, the reception is what's called free 99. What is free 99, Treon? It doesn't cost you any money to come to the reception. So our idea and our goal behind that is we just want to celebrate and thank those who have been with us for these past 11 months. But we also want to make new connections. I think it's very important and essential that you know the people in your neighborhood, know the people in your community, and you will be surprised, Tucson, how many people are living right here in Old Pueblo looking and longing for community.
Yeah.
And just hadn't had a chance to do that. So again, please come out to what's called Groundswell Capital. I know some of you are asking, what is the address? I am so glad you asked. 376 South Stone Avenue. Again, 376 South Stone Avenue on May the 1st. That is a Wednesday from 6 to 7:30. Come on down to Groundswell Capital, and our opportunity is for us to come together. Now, this event is not only open to the public, we're going to have community members and leaders also bring remarks. Who are those community leaders and business owners who are going to bring remarks? We have Steen Hill, who is the University of Arizona Black Community Council Chair. We have Arika Wells, who is the Vice President and Chief Operations Officer for United Way of Tucson and Southern Arizona. We have Dr. Reginald Bowden, who is the founder of Arizona Coalition for Change. Then we have Taniqua Broughton. She is the CEO for the state of Black Arizona. You cannot forget about Dr. Cherie Meeks. She is the president of the NAACP Tucson branch. And you got to make sure you bring her husband along, the one and only Lance Meeks, who is the director of community engagement at Goodwill Industries of Southern Arizona. Then we're bringing the one and only Dr. Tanya R. Strozier, who is the director of TUSD African American Student Services Department. Also, we always got to bring our friend Frida Marshall, who is the executive director at the Dunbar Pavilion. That is where we hold Connections That Count every month. Although we're not doing holding our Connections That Count at the Dunbar this month because we'll be downtown, we will start back on June the 5th, going back to the historic Dunbar. So hopefully I'll get to see you there. Also, we have Mr. Earl and Natalie Grissett. They are the owners of Automated Pre-Search Services and Digital Print, better known as APS, located at 1708 East 22nd Street. And last but definitely not least, you cannot forget about the one and only Larry D. Starks, who is the board president for Tucson Juneteenth Festival Committee, and he is the president of the Delta Alpha Alpha chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. So what am I telling you? If you are anyone that has been in Tucson for a long time, you will be able to see what it looks like for a grassroots movement to come together, to bring members in the communities together. But it's so important that you come out and get connected. Now, you might say, I'm already connected, Treon. Why should I come to this event? I will tell you, I think you should come to this event for, number one, it's already paid for. The second thing is, when you participate in something that you've never participated in before, you'll be amazed what comes out of it. So again, we are so appreciative of everyone who has supported our movement for the past 11 months. My wife, my beautiful wife, she deserves a round of applause. I'm gonna stop. Carmashon, I love you, and I'm gonna send this message to you early this morning. What people don't know is beside anyone doing something is a person that's supporting them. But for me, the person beside me is my wife. When we started this Tom Cortese 11 months ago, I'm going to tell you something. We were scratching our heads. We didn't know what we were doing, how we were doing. But she said, Treon, we're going to stay with it. And I'm telling you, this is where I share something like very transparent, that this movement of ABC was not just for the community. It actually strengthened my marriage.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that again. ABC actually strengthened my marriage. And the reason why I think that's important for people to know that is because a lot of people around you, whether you are married or not, you desire to work together with someone on a project, but you know that's hard. It's not easy to work together on anything, let alone you hear storylines that a lot of people do not work with their spouses because they just don't want that tension.
Right.
So I'm letting you know that out of these 11 months, there's been some rough times. There's been some times that she had to walk away, I had to walk away, but we were doing it together. And out of working together, we've saw things that we can improve on, but also we have received so many compliments from the community that says it sure is nice to see some people, a husband and wife, trying to work together on something. Not knowing that we were trying to be encouraging to someone else, but the truth is, by coming together, believing in something, committing it to prayer, working with people in the community, we now became stronger in our own marriage. So again, if you want to do Treon and Carmen a huge favor, again, consider coming out to Groundswell Capital on Wednesday, May the 1st. Now, this is the thing. A lot of people are saying, where do I park? You know, in Tucson, after 5 o'clock, parking is free. Do not let that be a hindrance for you coming out. There will be free parking on the street, in a garage somewhere. The main thing is come out and celebrate with us, because that's what we call a better community. Tucson, a better community connections account. Let's go!
Amen. Come on, bro. I was actually just looking at some pictures from Treon's time from a year ago. Wow. You know, and how far you guys have come from the first one to now. And I mean, it going into what you were just talking about, bro, and I'm always talking about modeling. And I mean, for people in prison, I mean, whose behavior are they going to model? You know, other prisoners or the guards, right? Or the administration,
yes,
right? When we bring people out to our events, who are they looking to, you know, for the behavior that they're looking for?
Yes, sir.
And usually they're coming out to an event because they have a feeling about what that event is capable of doing, right?
Yes, sir.
And if it's capable of opening you up to be willing to share yourself, your experience, your leadership, your professionalism with other people, then this is the place for you to come. This is the place that you have shown and modeled, you and your wife, as you were speaking of. It's made your bond stronger. But other people watching that, bro, it has contributed to them maybe just getting the help they needed to get help with their marriage, because they said, wow, look at these guys, man. They're working together and they're married, right? How crazy is that? I mean, how many dudes want to work with their wife? Wow. You know, I used to work with my wife all the time. She used to come out and do landscaping jobs with me. I absolutely loved it.
Wow. Yes.
You know, I love being around her. That's why I married her, right? You know, I mean, if I didn't want to be around this person, would not have put a ring on the finger.
Talk about it.
You know, and it's the same thing. People have the opportunity to show how helpful they can be for other people. You know, Demond and I were talking about it a couple weeks ago, I think it was. They do the ACE test in prison, and they get a bunch of prisoners, put them in a circle. Fritzi Horowitz is the one that does it, and she goes through the 10 questions of the ACE. And whenever you say a yes, you have to step forward into the center of the circle. By the time she gets to number 10, bro, most of the people are in the center of the circle, because they've said 7, 8, 9 yeses to get them to the center of the circle. and they can look around and they can see, you know what? Nobody in this circle is very much different from me, because I'm standing around a whole bunch of people that answered the same answer that I did.
Yes, sir.
There's a whole lot of people in this city, bro, that got the same answer. Show up, man. Show up and talk to somebody, and maybe the answer they need.
Right, man.
You know?
Tom, that's so deep. And Tom, you know what? That brought something back to my memory. Tom, a lot of people don't know is I met you when I first started ABC, right?
Yeah.
We talked on the radio, right, early this morning, but I truly just met Tom a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
But what people didn't know, Tom, let me tell it to you this way. You shared something with me that has helped me every time we have these events. You said, Treon, you just got to keep showing up.
Yeah.
You kept it very simple, but
That's
what
right.
I'm telling you, sir, is I had no idea that what you was doing and what you were sharing. When you decide to show up and you be consistent, it changes the landscape. And all I'm telling you, Tucson, we appreciate you helping us to show up, because I'm telling you is it's one thing for Tom to tell me that, but guess what? It's a whole nother thing for you to be there. So it made it a lot easier to show up once we saw the people. But Tom, I am telling you, Tom, and I'm telling you, Tucson, Tom would always tell Treon Cockrell Coleman, you have to show up.
Yeah.
You have to show up. So what I'm telling you, you will be amazed, Tom, what would happen between month to month.
Yeah.
So much would happen before the next event would happen, right?
Yeah.
But you would say on the third Saturday, Treon, you have to show up.
Yeah.
And that was enough in 10 days to show up.
Yeah.
But what I'm telling you is consistency is key. These are the 3 C's I try to now live my life by. I want to make sure that I'm Christ-centered.
Amen.
In all that I say that I do. I try to be community focused, to understand that when you say the word community, you got to look at the word unity. And if you want to talk about unity, you got to look at the word unit. So if you want to move as a community, you have to have unity and be a unit to make it community. And the last C is in being intentional about making connections. C. So if you look at that all the way through, when you make a connection, that connection should hopefully be able to lead to unity in your community. And then for Treon, it all ties back to my faith in Christ. And that's the only way and the only reason that I've been able to try to keep this up. I am telling you, there has been a many of days that my wife and I have looked at each other and said, you know what, we don't know. There has been a many of days to where we didn't have the money for the event.
That's
Tom
real.
Cortese.
Come on.
I have come
On
in here
faith,
to
bro.
you
On faith.
and I told you we didn't have the money. And watch this, we still did the event. And then in a day or two, someone sent a seed, stepping out on faith. There has been times, watch this, Tom, since I'm feeling it now, there has been times that we've been laughed at for doing this.
Yeah.
This ain't gonna connect nobody.
That's
You're not
right.
doing much.
Come on.
All you're doing is just going down to the Dunbar.
Come
Anybody can do that.
Yeah.
Then let that get us down. And then this is the kicker. There's nothing like thinking or believing that you have support from people that say they got you, and then they have the chance to really get you, and they didn't get you. They didn't have you.
Yeah.
But you just knew they had you because they told you. We had to learn and not to take that to heart. Because out of that Tom Cortese, we've met so many more people that we would have never met who believe in the work, who support it. So I like to say it to you like my parents have told me when I was growing up, when I was young, and didn't take them serious. It's not always about who's not with you. It's not always about who's against you. It's about taking those who are with you and go from there.
Yeah.
And what I'm telling you is when we started with those 30 people last May, I had no idea that those 30 people were going to still continue to stay a whole year later.
Yeah.
I can't make anybody come to the Dunbar.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you something so great or so grand to make you feel like, you know what, after a long 8-9 hours of work, I still want to come when you still got to go home. You still have kids. You still have to get ready for work the next day. And watch this. Here go the big kicker. We meet on Wednesdays. So you know Wednesdays are sacred Bible study days.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you only imagine that there are some people that sometimes have to contend or speak about like why they come, because some people have a problem with some of the people that come because they're not in Bible study. Yes, I'm going there. And the truth is the goal was never to take anyone from anything. It was only to provide a space and place for those individuals looking and longing for communities to make that happen. And we appreciate our friends at the Dunbar. Sometimes the Dunbar, you hear different stories about the Dunbar, but I'm so grateful for the Dunbar embracing us. I'm thankful for their executive director because, again, these 11 months have been great, and they have treated us with kindness, and they have made sure that our experience has been the greatest. So shout out to Tucson, shout out to ABC, shout out to Connections Account, and in the words of my friend, Dr. DeMonte Hope, let's go!
That's just too good. It's too good. And you're right, bro. I mean, a year ago we met and clicked, and you show up, and with my job, bro, I keep showing up, and every so often somebody says, I'll take the help. You know, I'll go to rehab, I'll go to detox, there's nothing like that moment, you know. And that's why I keep telling people and harping on it every month that we get the opportunity to talk about this, bro. If you are a person of color in the city of Tucson and you are a professional and you are successful, please come out to the Dunbar. Please come out to, what is it called?
Groundswell Capital.
Groundswell Capital on Stone. It's the white building next to the bank, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. So please get out there, because there's kids that look like you that need somebody like you to move them to tomorrow, because they don't really understand if somebody that looks like them can be that successful.
Yes, sir.
Because there's a lot of things in this system that keep hammering people down and beating people up and making it difficult for people to move forward. And what I will say to that is, the word says, do not grow weary of doing good. And that tells me that there's going to be reasons why you would grow weary.
Mm-hmm.
And there are people that are going to do so much good that you may get a little tired.
Mm.
And he said, don't grow weary
Sir.
of doing good. Don't grow weary of showing up. Because when you show up, bro, there's something to model. Because somebody showed up and they were there early, right?
Yes,
not on time. They were there early, right?
Yes, sir.
15 minutes early is on time.
Yes, sir. That's it.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And when people see that, and when people understand that this is the way you do it in order to be successful. I mean, for us in corrections, bro, and rehabilitation and all of those things, we need to see people who have done it and are able to do it, who are like us, look
Yes,
like us,
yes,
right?
Yes, sir.
And you're bringing people out there that, bro, they're successful, man. They're business people. They're in positions where they get a sustainable job that they can take care of their whole family, because there's a wage being paid for that job that values that individual.
That's it, Tom.
Not their color, not
Talk
their
about
race,
it.
not
Talk
their
about it.
creed, not their church.
Yes, sir.
That individual's professionalism, their capacity, their talents, their skills. Please get out there and support this organization. And support my friend and his wife, Karmashan.
Thank you. Thank you.
They are blessed people that I love being friends with, and I love the opportunity to talk about a better community. I also love the opportunity to talk about Fresh Start.
Yeah!
Now, Fresh Start. Okay, in June, we're going to do a warrant resolution back out at the Goodwill. We don't have a date yet because most of the judges and the attorneys take a period of in between in June, where they take a whole week to do conferences and stuff like that. But we're going to be out there in June to do the warrant resolutions. We're going to be back out in the parole center and probation departments doing job fairs and resource fairs. We're going to be moving forward with more vigorous efforts to do more things in the city, more giveaways. The Christmas giveaway, we're going to try to do that on a quarterly basis anyway, with like groceries and stuff like that. We're just looking for the city of Tucson to come together, and if it takes a box of food to bring people to the place, I'm going to bring a box of food, bro,
yes,
because you're going to come.
You're going to come. Yes,
So
sir.
have a good Saturday. God bless you all. And remember, Fresh Start, it's Mistakes should be a life lesson, not a life sentence. God bless you all. Have a good day.
I mean, that's speaking right to it, man. Yeah.
So I just want you to
Make more sense.
that's what it is. When I was coming in here talking about money, I was said that's
Yeah.
what this thing evolved from.
Yeah.
From not being self-sustained to being sustained by my family
Yeah.
to now, God has blessed us into what?
Yeah.
Are we balling? No, but every month
Right.
somebody is at least
Yeah,
saying
bro.
these are these expenses. Treon and Parmesan make $0, but at least
Yeah.
you're gonna have to acknowledge this is what it takes to do this every month.
Yeah.
And as long as you do that, I'll do a labor of love. You know,
Yeah.
but you can't get the labor of love and spend the $1,500. At one point, you couldn't.
Yeah. That's real, bro.
I ain't going out like that, bro.
No. No, and that's why I'm leaving where I'm going. bro.
That's why I'm leaving where-
That's why I'm leaving where I'm at, because that season's over. And the Lord's moving it into the next season, and He wouldn't have blessed me with the provision that He has blessed me for in the last few days if this wasn't a sign, you know. And they stopped my emails, bro. How childish is that?
No,
They
it-
think I'm gonna steal emails?
The only thing I'm gonna tell you the inside on when when I work, when they do that,
Yeah, you're done.
and they be more talking.
Yeah.
So I can't speak on it, but
Yeah.
I'm just telling you I've been away from my baby.
Yeah.
They don't even let you get back on the plant site
Right.
when your email is gone. Your
Yeah.
email is like that's why you
Yeah.
make it your
That's like
email
you're bad. Yeah.
So what I'm telling you, brother, I love you enough to tell you whatever that you need to be doing, you need to go ahead and do it because that's a part of